According to a professor at UCLA, approximately 55% of all communication is actually done through nonverbal communication. So it's important that we understand the nonverbal cues that we are giving off to others, whether we're just talking with friends or going through the interviewing process. Today, I'm going to go over the nonverbal cues during the interviewing process. And I want to make sure that you know what to avoid during the interviewing process and the cues that you need to make sure that you are doing during the interviewing process. This way you can be successful to the full amount and that you don't have to worry about letting the nonverbal cues ruin the interview for you. During the interviewing process, it is important not to be like fidgeting with your hands like this or like this in this next photo. Also during the interviewing process, it's important not to like touch your face or play with your hair. And here's a photo to explain. One of the most important things when you're going into an interview is the way you shake someone's hand. Like in this next photo is someone shaking it not in a good way, it's not firm, it's not anything. It's one way you want to avoid. In this next photo, I'm going to show you the right way to firmly shake someone's hand. You want to make sure you extend your hand out and like you're firmly grasping the other person's hand and showing the confidence that's needed during the interview. So when you are preparing for your interview, it is important that you take pride in your physical appearance and that you are making that one of your top priorities within that. Because within the first 10 seconds of that interview, the interviewer is looking at what you are wearing and how you are presenting yourself and making one of their top ways that they determine whether you are right or wrong for the job. So when preparing, you need to make sure that you kind of look into what kind of job you're going to be interviewing for. That way you know how you should be dressing, how you should be presenting yourself. Because if you go for a big office job where you have to dress up every day, you need to make sure that you are dressing in the manner that the other coworkers will be dressing. That way you can look like you belong there. Because you don't want to go into an interview where you should be wearing dress pants, a jacket, everything, and you don't want to be going in with jeans on and a nice shirt. Now, if you were going to somewhere where it's like a burger joint, for say, where they don't have as many people that they are like trying to come in for the interview, they're just trying to bring workers in. So if you wore like jeans and a nice shirt, that might be a little bit more acceptable, but I still wouldn't advise that. So make sure that you're taking pride in it. Make sure you're not wearing anything low cut to where you are showing that you do not care what you look like. You're not wearing holes in your pants or shirt. You don't have stains all over yourself. Make sure you are taking pride and you are confident in what you're wearing. Because when you come in with looking like you're confident and then you begin feeling like you're confident, and then you'll be able to better present yourself, and the better you'll feel during your interview. Now that you know how to prepare for the interview, there are also nonverbal cues when it comes to the process during your interview that you need to make sure that you are doing. Make sure there is some that you are not doing. When you go into your interview, make sure that you are not crossing your arms. When you cross your arms, that shows that you are closed off to the interviewer, and you're not really caring what they're saying. You're just closed off. You're to yourself. So make sure that you do not cross your arms. Another very important thing is eye contact. Eye contact is key during the interviewing process because that shows that you are confident, that you are listening to the interviewer, because they want someone that is there to listen and be engaged into what they're saying. So make sure that you have the proper eye contact during the interviewing process, because that will put you to the success that you are needing. So make sure that you're not crossing your arms closed off and that you have great eye contact. Now you know the do's and don'ts when it comes to the nonverbal cues during the interviewing process. It is so important that we are aware of our nonverbal cues that we are presenting, because remember, 55% of all communication is actually done through the nonverbal communication. So when we're preparing, we have to make sure that we are aware of the nonverbal cues that we are going to be presenting with our clothing and our readiness. So make sure that we are wearing the proper clothing when it comes to the interview. And then also, there are so many other important things when it comes to the nonverbal cues, such as the handshake. That shows confidence. So make sure we're not doing the weak one where we're just doing like little fingertips. No, make sure that we're doing a firm handshake. That way we can show that we are confident with ourselves. And that shows the interviewer that we're ready for the process. Also, make sure that we're not closed off during the interviewing process. Being closed off can include the crossing of the arms, the slouchiness. We do not want to seem closed off during the interviewing process because that'll show the interviewer that we're not ready to be there. We're not ready for that process. Also, the key thing, eye contact. Eye contact is very important during the interviewing process. That shows that we are engaged into what they're saying and that we're confident with ourselves. Because confidence is key in the interviewing process. Because you want to show the interviewer that you're ready, that you are meant to be there, that you are right for the position. Show the interviewer that you are there to be you, and you are there with confidence, and that you are ready to succeed and be successful for them. So if you remember these nonverbal cues when going into the interviewing process, you are ready to be successful. Also, these nonverbal cues are not just for the interviewing process. They are for your everyday life. So make sure that we remember these cues every day, that we practice them. And that way we can be successful not only in the interviewing process, but also in life.